Hey guys, it's CEXXY here. Welcome back to my channel. So, the greatest finesser alive is right in front of you. So, I filmed this video on this hair, and basically this tutorial is like everything that could go wrong, went wrong. I ordered this hair off AliExpress. It is from CEXXY Hair. That is with a C, with an S. And honestly, this is probably like my least favorite hair I've ever ordered. It's just like tangly. At first I was thinking it was because it was so long, but it's just the quality of the hair is not there. I really can only wear it back because then it's out of my way and it doesn't tangle as much. But like if it was in front of me, I'd look like Wednesday Addams, I'd look like The Grudge, I'd look like a hot mess just because it just tangles so much. But I'll basically be showing you how I customized it, like how I basically finessed this wig. It's great if you just literally want to have it over your shoulder. It's great for length for me, so like it's wintertime now, I can do a little some and look different. But honestly, would I recommend this wig? No. I don't know if it was maybe just the one I got, but even just the frontal hair is so different from the hair at the back. I tried putting like heat protectant in, as you'll see, and that just made it kind of like this greasy texture that it's in right now. There's just like no winning with this hair. So personally, on a personal note, if you have any plans of customizing the wig in any way, shape, or form, I would not say that this is the hair company for you. I've seen reviews on it, and basically in its raw state, people were fine with it. But like me, the minute I dipped it in some hot water, child, it was like, it clocked out. It was not ready for any kind of work. So that's just my quick review. Let's get into this hair review, install, all of that. Before we get started, I would love it if you would subscribe to me, just because if you want to see more content like this, just keeping it real, like trying to finesse terrible wigs, makeup like this, then you would want to be subscribed to me, so just subscribe to me.
Okay guys, so this is the box. Again, the hair is from CEXXY Hair. This is how the hair looked when I first took it out of the box. So as you can see, the knots are not bleached, but the hair was overall pretty silky. The quality looked pretty decent. This is 130% density hair. While I was showing you the inside of the cap, I noticed that grease spot. I'm not sure what it's from, but it did come out once I did wash the hair. There are 4 clips on the inside, and the movement of the hair was pretty good in its raw state, but no bleached knots. Because hair comes in this kind of 1B dark brown color, I wanted to dye the hair without really dyeing the hair. So I wanted to kind of try the watercolor method just to open the cuticle and kind of tint the hair a little bit. So I'm using this Adore 118 or Off Black with some hot water in a plastic tub. And I'm just gonna stir it up and submerge the wig in there and just let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes just for the color to kind of just tint the hair ever so slightly without overly damaging the hair, or so I thought. Then I'm going to take this quick blue bleach in a plastic bowl, and I'm also going to take some 40% developer, and I'm going to stir it. We're going to bleach the knots as they weren't done. I like to get it to this consistency where the brush will be able to stand up in the mixture, so you'll see me show you shortly. However, when I did message the company, because I did reach out to them to say, hey, look, how this hair ended up was not acceptable. They basically told me not to bleach the knots. So I'm telling you guys, don't bleach the knots. If you can find a way to kind of finesse this wig without bleaching knots, by all means go ahead. But they were basically saying that this part of the process did attribute to the hair getting that way. Now I'm just spreading on the bleach with a butter knife, so I'm not pressing it too much into the lace. But again, they just said that this whole process is what made it that way. But I feel like any quality hair will not get that way when I'm bleaching knots. Thank you very much. So I found it unacceptable, but it is what it is. We still finessed, we still won, so it's all good. Then I'm gonna put a piece of foil on top while the hair processes, or the bleach processes I should say, and I let that sit for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna rinse it out with the Iso Plus shampoo, which neutralizes the bleach, and then I'm going to shampoo with Shimmer Lights, and I let Shimmer Lights sit for 5 minutes. After that was done, this is what the hair looked like. So if you are looking at this hair, look at the frontal. I don't understand how this is what happened just because of some bleach. I just think the hair is not good quality because I've never seen this happen to me. Like, I can't even get over the texture that the hair became and the knottiness, the tangliness that just happened because I just bleached some knots. So this is my experience. I wanted to share it with you guys. The hair looks dry because I did let it sit overnight. In the next clip, you'll see it was wet because I did deep condition it after this, because this was like, I did not even know how to attack this. But again, we finessed. After I deep conditioned, I put some of this icy heat protector in it, and I just ran my fingers through it. I brushed it out, and this is what we were dealing with. So it looked much more manageable. The texture still did feel a bit off, but we had to keep it going. So I'm just gonna pluck the knots like I do for every frontal that I own. You just have to customize it a little bit just to make it a little bit more flattering. So I start at the beginning of the hairline and I pluck, and especially because I had some gold hairs from the bleach, I pluck out those gold hairs, I get rid of them. Then I take a tail-toothed comb and I separate the edges, or the edges that I want to be my baby hairs, and I comb them forward. But I'm also gonna pluck behind that so that I don't just have baby hairs and like this thick hairline at the back. So that is my method, and it works for me every single time. Now I'm just brushing out the hair. While I'm manipulating the hair by tweezing it, it did tangle a lot, and I'm gonna show you the brush because you'll also see that the hair sheds a whole bunch. Then I just cut my baby hairs off with some scissors, or at least where I want to start with my baby hairs. And I take some mousse. I forgot who taught me this trick. I believe it was Peak Mill, but I just take some mousse and I play with the edges that I've created just to see that I'm getting my desired effect. And that way I know to stop plucking, stop cutting, leave it alone. So then I just wanted to lightly blow dry the hair. I wasn't going to be installing it this night, but I did want to try it on so I could know to stop doing what I'm doing, stop customizing it. So I blow dried it and I did put it on, and this is what it looked like, and it didn't look bad. So I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere with this wig. I was super excited to install it because it had come a long way. It looked pretty natural, so I was pretty excited. It looked good, not too bad. So again, this is what the inside looked like. I did tighten the straps at the bottom of the wig, and I put it on my head, and I really wanted to just play with it before gluing it down. But even so, you guys, look at the texture. This is something that just came off my wig stand, and this is what it looks like. Like, I just can't. Anyways, I kind of just had to play with it and see the positioning before I glue it down. And first, I have to start by gelling my edges down so that they get out of the way. So I use the As I Am smoothing gel, smooth down my edges, and then I get into glue. And for glue, I'm using the Ghost Bond glue. So I put it on a cotton round, and then I used a Q-tip to apply just because I didn't have something like a popsicle stick and I didn't want to use like a comb or my finger. So I just tried to apply a very thin layer, but also one that was thick in the sense that it covered the surface area between my forehead and my hairline. Then I blow dried it until it was clear, and then I just moved the wig on and I pressed it down with the tail comb. And you know, we moved in sections, and this is how I applied the entirety of the wig. I'm not going to show you all of it, but I will show you how I installed this side. Again, starting with a thin layer of the glue, and then blow drying that till clear, and then moving to another section of the frontal. So here's another problem I had with the wig. It wasn't long enough. The wig was not big enough. The frontal was not long enough. So I did have to glue a section that went into my hairline just because that's where the wig ended. It was over. So I needed to make it work or else I'd have these flaps lifted. With the glue, I actually have the remover, so I knew it wouldn't cause me any problems regarding losing my edges because all I had to do was pop some remover on there and I was good to go. So I'm just pulling out some hair and moving it forward, and I'm just taking like an eyebrow razor and I'm just thinning that out. I just felt like the baby hairs I'd created when the hair was wet weren't substantial. Like I just needed a little bit more hair, a little bit more coverage. So I just cut more and more of the front off just so I had a more natural looking frontal. So now I'm going to move into straightening the hair. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time showing you guys how to straighten hair because I feel like everyone knows how to straighten hair. I literally brushed it out and then I took a comb and I ran the straightener through it to the best of my ability because usually this is something I would do on a mannequin head, but for the purposes of showing you in the video, I wanted to do it all by myself, on myself. So this is what the wig looked like straightened. Everything has been pressed, but we're gonna move into edges with the As I Am smoothing gel. This is what I use on my natural edges, but I don't think it was suitable for the wig because you'll notice in the next clip, the wig literally started lifting and I had a panic attack because this is supposed to be Ghost Bond glue. The glue is not supposed to be movable. So I had to take it off, clean it off, and go back to Old Faithful. Got to be ultra glued. I put that down. I laid my edges and then I began to blow dry it and just do what it do. Finesse again, like honestly, like I said, everything that could go wrong went wrong. So I just basically installed it the way I used to install my wigs and said, you know what, forget the glue. So now that I'm happy with how my edges look, I'm just going to tie down my hair, I'm going to do my makeup, and then I'm going to come back and show you guys after my makeup's done what the hair looks like. If you are interested in this sultry makeup that I am sporting in this video, there is a video currently on my channel on how I achieved this look, so be sure to check that out. So because I did my makeup with my head wrap on, I just had to go over it with my beauty blender and just kind of blend in those edges, brush out the hair, and we're basically done.
Thanks so much for watching that video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos of me finessing things. I can make that happen. Please leave a comment down below and let me know if you did enjoy this video or if you've had any problems with this hair company, because I would love to know, because all the reviews I saw were super positive. So I thought I was going to be, you know, good, but that wasn't the case. And again, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.